Hi, I'm Ella, and I play the Alto G Ocarina in Ocabanda. There it was, many years ago. I'm just minding my own business, scrolling on the internet, when I get a message from that one YouTuber who's like really good with an ocarina, and he asked, "Do you know how to read sheet music?" And I did not have it in me to say no, and so I lied, and I got here. I played the flute in high school, so I technically did know how to read sheet music, but if you don't use it, you lose it, and guess what I stopped doing after high school? The thing that's better about the ocarina than the flute, no offense to flute, I love you, is that it's, dare I say, Zelda coded, and I very much love Zelda. But also, there is a more simplistic way of playing ocarina compared to the flute that it makes my brain go burr. I just really enjoy that. There is a lot of crossover in the fingerings on the ocarina. I love how compact it is. I love the artistry that goes into making the instruments as well. The ocarina is a lot more personal to me than the flute. When I chose to play music, there were a lot of roadblocks in my way, including that of family, which is supposed to be the place that nurtures you. With the flute, it was just kind of handed to me. So when I came across the ocarina, it was very much a dream come true because I started playing music because I was playing the Zelda games. I opened up Majora's Mask for the very first time because my grandparents found it at a yard sale. And there was just this neat flute thing and this file named like Bonk or something, and I just kept playing that thing. It was the coolest thing in the world, and it made me travel places. And then the moment I left the town, the monsters started attacking me and I started panicking, so I went back into the town and started playing the flute again. And I was like, I wish this thing was real. And then YouTube happened and this thing is real, and I was like, oh, maybe someday. And so I played the recorder, and then flute was an option to me, and I was like, I just have this feeling that if I learn the flute, I'm gonna be able to learn this thing. And guess what happened? So, when I first learned to play the ocarina, I was in a dark room. This was my room. I was allergic to the sunlight at the time. I pulled up Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the fingering chart, a notepad, and a pen. And I played the song in the game, figured out which notes were which, aligned it with the fingering chart, and then drew out the tabs by hand for each of these songs. And I was going down the line until I mastered every single song. So in a way, I learned the ocarina directly off of the game with my flute knowledge. When I first became an adult, I spent a lot of my time at conventions for a very specific, for a hyper-specific reason that wasn't realistic at all. And it was, I just learned the ocarina, maybe I will find fellow Zelda fans to befriend. And I'm really hoping that they play the ocarina. So I went to cons for like 2 to 3 years in search specifically for ocarina friends living in the Pacific Northwest. And that was the entire point of me going to those things. So when one day I was recruited into this ocarina ensemble, I was looking at everybody's answers on this one thread about, oh, introduce yourself, talk about your musical experience. And I'm seeing Carnegie Hall, I'm seeing Eastman School of Music. I'm like, I can't even read sheet music anymore. What am I doing here? And there were some nights where I actually cried in anticipation of the big meetup, because what if they find out I'm a fraud? But I was recruited very much for a reason, and I did well, and I worked very hard to get here. I spent an entire summer leading up to meeting all of Ocabanda, training with my friend Tomoe to learn to read sheet music again, having to humble myself over and over and over again, having to deal with the pain of how hard it was to learn music, because I wanted this dream so badly, and I didn't want to fail all these people. When it happened and we were all able to meet, I felt like I was falling behind of everybody, but I learned enough of the music to do well. And nobody said a thing about like possibly kicking me out like I feared. They accepted me as family, a family that I never could have had at home in music. And the passion has only grown from there. I was ready to give up music until this group came into my life. I started playing the ocarina in 2011. Along the way, that was when I learned that the ocarina was made in Italy. And then I found out that it was made in Budrio, Italy, and they have an international festival. And I am a sucker for full circle moments. And so for us to be the first American ocarina septet, going over there to represent America in the place where the modern ocarina was developed, that's just wild to me. Like a lot of my other fellow members, the Ocarina absolutely changed my life. I met the love of my life through Ocarina. I met some of my best friends through Ocarina. And I met my found family through Ocarina. To me, it means that all of you care enough about the instrument and about the dreams of 7 random people that became a family for this to happen. Like, a lot of passion, a lot of love has come out of this project that we've had for nearly 10 years. And for it to flower into something like this, it's very human. We as creatures of this earth are very emotional beings, me especially. And and not only will it fill our hearts up with all the support that we be receiving, but other people can see this happening and feel inspired and do this themselves and change their lives and change the lives of other people and just bring so much positive change into the world. Not to say that this little flute is going to change the world, but dare I say that it's changed ours?